What is going on, guys? Oink here, and today we got a cool new event, which is the Red Bull X Challenge. This comes to us courteous of a new update that's just come into GT6, which is the 1.02 patch. Brings a bunch of stuff, one of which is this event here, which kind of has three parts to it. It's got the Kart, the Junior Championship, and the standard Red Bull X 2014 Championship, which is currently locked, but the first two are available. And they come in the form of these racing championships. So we're going to crack on, and I'm going to take you guys through winning these championships. We start off then at the Silverstone Stowe circuit, and this is for the Kart Masters Championship is what it's called. These karts top out, I think, at around 75. Yeah, so topping out around 75. They can corner pretty quick. I mean, if you guys have used the karts much in GT6 yet, or even GT5, you know that they handle pretty nicely. I mean, you can go around the corners at reasonable pace. A kind of general tip is to try and keep your momentum going. They kind of accelerate quite slowly from about 20 and 30 miles. So try and keep your average speed somewhere a little bit higher, sort of 50-ish or so. Don't use too much heavy braking where you can avoid it. Just kind of dab the brakes a little bit, bring your speed down slowly, just to the point at which you can take the corners. And it will kind of, this is literally my first lap in this kart, so it might take you a while, or a few laps at least, just to feel out how the kart handles and what kind of speeds you can take the corners at. And then you can really start pushing it to the limits. Being in the slipstream doesn't seem to give you that much of a speed benefit, so not really that important. Anyway, that was the first lap, so you can kind of get the gist of it. Here's where I managed to take first place, which is kind of halfway round, lap 4 out of 4. And lapping around 1 minute, so the last lap was my best lap, 58.2. And we can go to the second race, which is at the Autumn Ring Mini Circuit, and again we've got 4 laps here. And with this one, I mean, it's the only thing that's kind of worthwhile watching out for is the banked curbs. Some of the curbs are kind of up at a funny angle, or not flat curbs anyway, so if you hit them, your kart will become quite unsettled, or it will kind of bounce around a little bit. So I mean, generally just try and stay off the curbs. You can come across them a little bit right on the edge, and some of the flatter ones, you know, won't punish you. For example, you know, on the outside there, you can ride up that one and it's not really a problem. But on the inside of corners, do watch out. Try and avoid the curbs as best as possible to keep the kart as stable as possible. Remember, these things don't have any suspension, so just getting a bump can really unsettle the handling, and that is probably what would cause you to spin the most frequently. Taken first on lap 4 again, so these a little bit more challenging than what we're used to maybe in A-Spec. Lapping almost exactly 40s every lap. And our third track is interesting because it's actually a fully sort of one of the bigger tracks, Eigen Nordwand. And I'm not quite sure why they picked this. I'm not even sure that a kart would survive the jump. As I said, these things don't have suspension. If the kart wouldn't survive the jump, I'm pretty sure this would like give you long-term spinal damage, jumping like a meter into the air and just slamming down again onto your ass on these karts. That doesn't, you know, I'm not envious of the driver in that situation. That looks extremely painful. Anyway, the lap itself is not too bad. Again, watch out, this got lots of dirt on the inside, which will actually slow your car, and you'll end up getting, you know, losing grip and whatnot. So try and keep it on the concrete for the most part, or whatever the surface is. The top speed is going to be a little bit limiting here. Again, we're sort of stuck at 75, so it's quite important, for example in this corner here, that you really use your momentum out of it, because coming up the hill again, if you brake too much, you'll find that it just struggles to get back up to top speed, and you'll lose quite a significant amount of time up the hill. So keep the average speed pretty high. You don't really need to use the brakes on any of the corners on the back half until you get to this final turn. Yeah, so I mean, you can pretty much keep it full throttle through all the way up the hill. And then when you get here, just a little bit of braking to keep it in. Actually, didn't take that one very well, kind of slid it sideways a bit and got in the dirt. You can see the gravel really kind of throws you off. Anyway, that was my first lap, and lapping around 119 it looks like on the second lap, and take first. I think I maybe span on the second lap, so I lost a bit of time, but took him on the third lap and won the final race. Won the race there on the final lap, which brings us to the final race, which is at the new GT Arena karting track, which is quite a fun one. The car slides a little bit around the corners, which can be quite satisfying, and the guy in front actually runs pretty quickly. Like the first 6 or 7 guys you overtake in the first 2 laps, and then for me at least I found the last 4 were a little bit quicker. It took me a few more laps to catch them, and I think I took last a bit later on. I actually came second when I did this in the championship. I still won the championship, so if you come first you don't need to win all of them, you just need to get first in points. So I came back and redid it, so that's what you're watching now. This is me when I won it, so overtaking him on lap 6, but yeah, I did actually come second the first time I did this, but still got the gold for the overall trophy. So there it is, there's gold in Red Bull Kart Masters, which earns you 110,000. Oh, newer thing, they got the new credit system, so you get login bonus now, so more credits if you log in consecutive days, which is pretty awesome. As well as getting a bit of prize money, you will unlock that kart, the Red Bull, I forget what it's called actually, is it the 2014 kart, something like that. There it goes, Kart Masters complete, and it's the Gran Turismo Red Bull Racing Kart 125, so you can choose a colour. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed that one, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.